Good morning, good morning. Hi, hello, hello to you, and that person at the back. So it's the brand new year, the year of 2021. How is your year going? How are you doing? I hope you're already implementing, you've started planning and working towards your implementation for your resolutions because at the beginning of the year, of course, some people do it. In the year before, which maybe in December, they write down what they want to see in the following year, or maybe you've written down your resolutions at the beginning of this year, and we're already, is it 18 days into the new year? I hope you're enjoying your year so far and you're staying positive that whatever you have planned, God will make it to come to pass. Okay, so I took some time out. I was on a break. I usually do it at the beginning of the year. I take some time out just to reflect and to put certain things in order in my own life. And I plan, I see the mistakes that I made in the year before, and I work out and see how I can correct them in this year and plan ahead on how I can make myself be a better person this year. Some of the mistakes that I made, not repeating them in this year. Yes. So I want to share some of the things that I reflected on, and maybe they may be of help to you even as you are in this year of 2021. So you may take one, pick one or two that may work for you, or maybe that you may want to try. Yeah. So, number one thing that I reflected on during my time of quarantine. Okay, so no, it wasn't quarantine, but okay, during my time of reflection. So one of the things that I reflected on was the importance of writing down the vision. You know, Habakkuk 2 to tells us and encourages us to write down the vision, right? Yes. So in the previous years, I've been doing that. I've been writing, jotting down what my expectations are for the year. And just like I always do, I did it this time around and I wrote down. But I want to talk about 2021 because 2021, I had written down my resolutions for the year. And did everything come to pass? No, not everything came to pass. Of course, it's a resolution. So probably some things, and it's not in our hands, right, to make them work. We to some extent we can only do what we can, but it's all in God's hands for it to come to pass. We just need to write down our plans and present it to God, and God will establish it if it's according to His will. Yes. So I wrote down some things, and some of them came to pass, some of them did not come to pass, and I believe it's for a purpose. Maybe I needed to do better in a certain area in order for me to receive that particular blessing, or maybe I did not do enough, or maybe it's just not in God's will. Yeah? Okay. So, this year, whatever it is, write down your vision. Don't say, I have it in my head. Of course, you have it in your head, but it's important that you write down so that you don't forget. It's like a dream. When you have a dream that's weird, or maybe a dream that has left you thinking about it, you can write it down. If, for example, maybe if you took some time for maybe for a month and wrote down every dream that you had on each particular day, you will see the similarities in some dreams, and that may tell you something. So write down your vision. What are your expectations for the year 2021? Write them down and see what you should not only expect from God. It should also be about what are you expecting from yourself, because each day you're trying to better yourself. You're trying to become a better version of who you're supposed to be or who you are. So write down the things that you're expecting God to do for you in 2021. What are your plans? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to develop in this year? Write it down. It will really help you. And the second thing that I personally learned during my quarantine time, during my reflection time, is that I learned that the power of having my me time, the there were times, yes, that I would maybe just be away from the kids and my husband would be with them and just grasp everything, just take it in and reflect on 2020, reflect on the things that I want to see for this year, 2021. So in this year, value your me time. Most of the times we value time that we spend with others, with our friends, with our spouses, with our loved ones. But it's very important not only for your mental health, but it's just a vital quality that you need to take personal, to just take some time and be alone. Just be alone and think through, reflect, and yeah, it will really help you. And away from Facebook, away from social media, it's very, very important because when you're away from social media, that's when you realize that your mind was really working to the max. You were thinking of a lot of things. It was just so noisy, and so you just cool down. You just cool down, and you see that you even be thinking clearly about certain things, unlike when you are on social media and the likes. Yes. So the third thing that I took time to reflect on is the importance of taking positive risks. Growing up, I was so scared of taking positive risks because in my mind, a risk was a risk. Risk, when you just hear the word risk, for me, it was injury. I was just thinking about danger. But after going through life and learning, I learned that there were positive risks that you can take as a person. Yes. So take some positive risks. Don't be afraid to take a positive risk. Don't be afraid to take a positive risk because it may be for the betterment of your life and maybe for the betterment of those around you. Yes. So 2021, do not be scared. Go for it. If you've been having a dream that you want to achieve, you've been having a plan that you've written down for many years and you've been afraid to implement it, go for it. Let 2021 let 2021 be that year that you will say, I went for it. I started this business. I applied for this job that I didn't expect that I would be selected. It will bring out a big testimony. So go for it. Whatever plans that you've been having, that you want to achieve, that you want to do to develop yourself, whatever skill you want to learn in this year, go for it. Don't be afraid. God is with you. Just go for it. Go for it. Dream big. When you dream big, if your dreams do not scare you, then you're not dreaming. So go for the bigger dreams that you've been having this year. And another thing that I've been having, don't worry, that's my daughter crying. I'm at home. Yes. So another thing that I reflected on was the value and the importance of believing in yourself. Oh my God. This year, 2021, I've just resolved my own resolving. I've resolved to believe in myself more than I have ever done. If you do not believe in yourself, no one else will. It will be very difficult for you to believe in yourself if you're expecting for people to believe in you. Because if those people the people you're expecting to believe in you are not believing in you, it will be very difficult for you to do certain things or to reach certain goals. So believe in yourself. Be your number one fan this year in the year of 2021. Be your number one fan. Believe in your abilities. Believe in what you're capable of doing. Don't write yourself off. The other day I was talking to a young lady who was saying she has this trouble of writing herself off. She puts herself down. She thinks she cannot achieve certain things. She just limits herself. Do not limit yourself because you serve a God who is limitless. God can do anything. He says nothing is too difficult for him to do. So because you in your blood you have the DNA of one who can do anything, who has nothing difficult for him to do. You need to believe in your abilities, believe in your plans, believe in your goals, whatever you have written down to achieve, however, no matter how big it is, believe that you will achieve it this year. And the last thing that I reflected on, of course I reflected on a number of things, but these were some of the key things that I took time to just grasp in. Another thing that I want to talk about is that God's time and chance. God's time and chance has no age limit. Just yesterday, we had some question and answer in the Purpose Walk singles WhatsApp group, and one of the lady said she was very devastated, and she found it depressing that some of her friends were getting married, and maybe she felt unlucky in relationships, and she feels her friends are getting married, they are having families, but she's aging, she's growing, and things are not happening in that area in the love life. But you may be that person who may be thinking in the same way. I want to urge you that God's time and chance has no age limit. If you look at the story of Sarah in Genesis, the story of Sarah and Abraham, they had limited themselves, they had limited God. The society had limited them to say, okay, these people cannot conceive. Why? Because they are old, they are 90, 99, or 100, and they're in their old age. It's impossible, of course, yes. Even during our time, it can really be a talk of the day to hear that a 90-year-old woman conceived and gave birth. Okay. So if you look at Abraham and Sarah, they had limited themselves, and society had written them off in conceiving and having a child. But see what God did. God, God is limitless. He can do anything at whatever time, whenever He wishes. He can just do it for you, because even Sarah doubted herself to say, can I conceive in my old age? Really? That's impossible. But God did it for her. She conceived at 90. Can you imagine that? She conceived. So in this year of 2021, I want to encourage you not to limit God. Do not limit God. Whatever it is that you're believing God for, whatever your expectations for 2021 are, regardless of what is going on around you, whether the situation looks like it will not change, keep believing God. Do not be shaken by what is going on around you. Things may be shaky sometimes, because in life, there are seasons. Today you may be happy, today you may be giving your testimony, you may be all jolly, and tomorrow you may be sick, tomorrow you may be down, you may be going through a certain thing that may just make you demoralized. But don't give up. Don't give up on God. This year, whatever you do, you can miss all these other points that I've said. But this year, do not limit God. Do not give up on yourself. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your abilities. If there's anyone who needs to believe in themselves this year, let it be you. Believe in yourself. You can achieve anything. You have the abilities. God did not create any dull person. So don't put yourself on that line of dull people. When the word of God said that no eye has seen, no ear heard, you should know that there is hope for you. People may write you off, but they do not know. They have not seen. They have not heard. No one can even perceive what God will do in your life this year. So keep trusting God. It's between you and God. It's not between you and the people. It's between you and God. Believe in yourself this year. You can achieve anything. You can become whatever you want to become in this year. If only you believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and keep trusting God. So I hope you were blessed by what I've shared on the things that I reflected on during my time of reflection. And I hope you pick one or two things that may help you or may work out for you. And yeah, so I hope you are enjoying your year of 2021 and expect more videos this year, of course. I'm not a video person, but yes, expect more videos this year. So please take care. Remember to keep yourself safe. We're still in the era of COVID. Continue to follow the healthy measures that are lined up by the healthy professionals and take care of yourself. So see you next time. Shalom.